slave to the seeds you've sown, lost in the leaves. So we'll depart goodbye to your stubborn heart. Now you're alone. brought my body to the altar, but a good man said that I'd raise the dead. I'm seeing forgotten forms from a different age, half-hearted truths hanging in the air with the Holy Ghost. I'm singing hymns with the devil in confessional. I've been running through the night again, trying to find where the wild things wouldn't go. But I'm keeping it in, hate the sin and never hate the sin. I keep waking in the strangest states and drawing lines around my body to recall my place. I feel the heat of 1,000 breaths upon my neck and the gaze of 1,000 eyes burning holes into my back. And now I'm stuck between alive and after. I've been running through the night again, trying to find where the wild things wouldn't go. But I'm keeping it in, devil went down to the river, and he came to fall, to lose it all, to fool the fool too quick to call. While the gambler's stacks grew bigger, he lost his sight, narrowed eyes, too tempted by his right desires. Damned across faded paths, the time to fold had come to pass. is wrong? What's the sin? Where's the answer? Where the hell do I fit in? Or could it be there's just a little demon lost in the debris? And should idly bide my time until a wager releases me? It can't remain unknown. It took a little longer than we hoped, but it was worth it. You know it takes a village to raise a scheme to patch the holes of a mausoleum. Well, we're packing in the patronage like it's a lotto. Now take a seat so the show can start. And will you welcome these works of art? Isn't she beautiful? No, maybe another one here could entertain. Oh yes, we swear that every minute's worth the wait. Hey, it's a cry you can't contain, a release you couldn't estimate. And the secret's safe as long as you pay. It's so good to be so bad. You can leave it when you walk away and pretend you've washed your hands of it. Last call for the Sunday squaws, and there's no room left for him and Ha. Will give a gift long overdue and make a sultan out of you. That's right, yeah, any troglodyte can have a life, and the party is a socialite. Or if you look into a face, you can retire without a trace. Don't you bother with doubt. Hey, it's a cry you can't contain, a release you couldn't estimate. And the secret's safe as long as you pay. It's so good to be so bad. You can leave it when you walk away and pretend you washed your hands of it. Long was this road I've wandered, but short did my temperaments live. Here I've helped him build a temple to deify the sorrow of sin. Now who to blame but I for tying these not so well at my wrist? The of the life I live. The sail of a soul that falls, as foolish as young Esau. It's better if I withdraw. Hey, it's a cry you can't contain, a release you couldn't estimate. And the secret says as long as you pay, it's so good to be so bad. You can leave it when you walk away. You pretend you washed your hands of it. Cold had I calloused, walls were raised to bear the weight I'd not take. Too slow were my senses, muted musings lost their way, disconnected. Only silence remained, holding my breath in the dark, gasping for air with the lungs of a lark. So warm was your welcome, humble in its embrace. Tell me, just how did you save me? Pull me up from the grave. Though my youth did mislead, I would retreat to you, right back to your arms, with my spirit aglow, where shutters closed when he's around. The children shut their eyes in fear of what they must surmise when all the gentlemen hang their heads down, down, down. Yeah, Mr. Usher's on his way to town. He keeps his sights set straight and true. His idle hands won't flit or flutter, never does he slip or stutter. Still his mind is menacing away. Hey. Yeah, Mr. Usher's on the prowl today. He's neat and dirty up his hands. He'll twist your heart until you're manic, lost in endless streams of panic. Pray you're not the one he finds. Oh, if Mr. Usher's got you on his mind.
Anytime a plan will get a bit off track, he's the only one who can bring it back. The main manipulator, yeah, the wolf who leads the pack. You better lock your doors and shut your windows tight. Pull the shades down and turn off the lights. Always be the hand that leads the teeth that bite, because if he has no use for you,
look at that shopkeeper peddling his wares, shouting his sales pitch, but nobody cares. Don't you wonder what keeps him there day after day, begging for gold as his hair turns to gray?
look at that toy maker grinding his gears, turning no profit, but he doesn't care. He keeps smiles on faces day after day. The children keep sadness and suffering at bay. Blissfully bounding the pace, searching for mercy in a merciless place. Only a monster makes fodder from saints, finds them so worthless when they're full of grace, so full of grace.
But what better use of hookers and thieves and greasing the wheels of perfect machines that hum into life, a harmony of industry.
But what is the use of cutting them down to smother and choke the soul of our town? I know there is another way.
But it's so wrong.
Just how can you weed them out, degrading them without doubt, letting them dry? They wanna die like you and I, and under your guidance, the hands of the tyrant will just tear themselves apart. Just look at that charlatan, steeped in deceit, a threat to the young, to the old and the meek. Don't you wonder what made him so vicious, so sick, so far out of balance, so cruel and so callous, so married to malice? Son, your father's not all good. Still, I love you more than I thought I could. When the menace in my mind finds me, I simply look to your eyes. And boy, someday I hope I do see the man you will grow into. And when your heart's in disarray, know that your father too has made mistakes. Son, your father's lost his head. Still, I mean every word that I've said. Know the truth can truly cut. Here in this confessional with my blood. Boy, someday I hope I do see the man you will grow into. And when your heart's in disarray, know that your father mistakes. I've been cruel to the ones who have stayed by my side, and foolish enough to believe in my pride. Vanity never could keep me from caring for you. I've strayed too far away from the trees and the lake, the innocent road that I chose not to take. But still I can't bring you to bathe in the river, to wash out the world long before your heart's withered away. Boy, someday I hope I do see the man you will grow into. And when your heart's in disarray, know that your father too has made. He's made mistakes. Open-eyed oversight led me to here, looking for an avenue to simply appear. One too many steps into the wrong direction, leading me to throw up my hands. Soon I'll know exactly where I stand, found in a flood of incendiary plans. Oh, I've been falling fast into the rhythms without rhymes. I won't be giving up again. Yeah, I'll be getting up again. I heard a voice, it said, Gloria. Bring me your heart and then you will awaken a state of surprising euphoria. But don't tell anyone. I was in love with inner ambiguity. Then I learned to turn emotions into lost into the space between the lines. But are we getting up again? Or won't we giving up again? I see you chilling like the earth is falling from your feet, like you never felt the ground before. An indication that you're over your head again, that you don't know how to settle the score. I would be lying if I told you that I didn't know the way that you could fix it all. If you're stacking your problems like a pile of bricks, you gotta knock down the wall. Like you, to the heavens ever smell the crowd when the winter falls. Could we really hide if the reaper calls? And so it goes. The land will be led to below, and you will return. I see a hesitating grimace held above your chin, like you haven't thought of this before. And though the sentiment keeps you from letting go, you know it's irresistible. To hear those voices hush, you must be cold. For so long, and my teeth held my tongue from a venomous voice. But the poison has passed from my lips to my hands, an incendiary ploy. And how I paid my soul through the flames before me. Witness what the fire can undo. Far from the ash, you will be born again, where every debt is repaid. Nothing left to keep me out of paradise, as portraits of the past fade away. It dots the ice of antiquity, while the ego of late is held sway. Too foolish to stray past the line, but too weary to stay. Too weary to stay. Far too long have I waited to witness the balances bend in the favor of wrongs being remedied, wickedness coming to an end. Far from the ash, you will be born again, where every debt is repaid. Nothing left to keep me out of paradise, as portraits of the past fade away. Far beyond the act, I will be whole again, a phoenix out of the flame, burying that menace in a memory, a funeral held in my name. The ritual pyre sending smoke to the sky as the building continues to burn. The wrath in the ruin, the pain in the grave, as the misery tied to the urn. Can't keep the embers from catching, the truth from destroying us all. Do I die as the martyr or miscreant? I'll make the call. I'll make the call. keep it safe, or watch your flock devoured by the flame left in my wake. I'll burn through you. Silence, slight spirits of those gone to the night. But what was the cost? Do I justify the loss when a loss of control would be digging myself a hole? It couldn't be worth it. I'm a killer, I'm a killer, I'm The silence dominates, divining resolutions from my hands. Lines drawn in the sand. But my volition's right, my temperance twisted, faced with failing light. Nothing in my sight. If I fall into the ocean, send my soul into the sea, will these reflections trouble me? Will I dream a final dream? I sense this silhouette who's standing vigil, growing very sore. Just one moment more. Before I close the curtain, fate uncertain, spirit to the dark. Endlessly apart. Can I fall into the ocean? Send my soul into the sea. No distant echoes haunting me. No further phantoms will I see. This silence held eternally. But what if the silence is broken by the ones you've loved? Incredibly present with heavenly breath to wake you up. With nothing left to poison a portrait of who I've become. Only elation remains protecting us from this never-ending dear apparition while my senses last. Is absolution far too much to ask? Will you forgive a truly troubled past? The silver lining still remains, the sights I've left to see. So trust that with this end, a new beginning. beginnings waiting patiently.